Hi everyone, my name's Stella Vay and I'm going to be talking about budgets in higher education. I have the pleasure of interviewing Dean Chelsea Smith from Sam Houston State University. She's the Associate Dean of Students for Parent Relations and Special Programs, as well as the Title IX Deputy Coordinator. I interviewed her because she has 9 years of experience in higher education, so she definitely knows what she's talking about when it comes to budget issues. First off, we talked about what factors she takes into consideration when it comes to her budget. She discussed how you need to really look at it from a strategic point of view. She reviews her budget every single year and in front of the Vice President of Student Affairs at Sam Houston, and she definitely needs to justify the needs in her budget for students and parents. We also talked about what decisions on finances she's made and the impact it's had on her budget. So she's been wanting to add a full-time staff member for a while now, and she hasn't been able to. It's always been denied. But she, keeps fighting for it because she knows that she needs another full-time staff member. She assesses the impact of her decisions based off of the conferences she attends, and what kind of ideas that she gets from those conferences and new initiatives can be implemented at the campus. Some of the toughest budget issues she's faced is trying to, start a program and getting the money for it, as well as, justifying the need for an additional staff and again, finding money for that as well. So a lot of the revenue that she's been able to gather is from dues from the Parents Association, as well as fundraisers, such as, care packages and selling merchandise from the Dean of Students office. And she's been able to decrease expenses by reallocating funds from old programs that used to be a part of, parent relations, or actually that used to be part of the Alpha Lambda Delta Freshman Honor Society that they don't use anymore, and has been able to reallocate it to new programs. Some of the impact of the budget issues on the students at Sam Houston, she's been able to cut back on the budget, and because of cut back on parts of the budget, again, like I said before, reallocating it. Part of that reallocation was to give overnight retreats to her freshman leadership program, as well as her Orange Keys as well. So we're always, getting told that we need to do more with less. And so, Dean Smith has talked about how she's had to be creative with her resources. One way was because she's in charge of Family Weekend at Sam Houston, instead of bringing a DJ, which, can cost a lot, she's been able to bring live bands, like live local bands, as well as have student groups perform at Family Weekend, and this has been able to decrease her costs as well. Dean Smith also talked about how collaboration is very important in higher education and how it can help with your budget. And so for Family Weekend, has been able to collaborate with Res Life as well as the Alumni Association to help with the giveaways. Resilient Life was able to pay a portion of the rally towels, and this is marketing for all the departments that collaborated for a Family Weekend, and they're able to decide who pays for what depending on what the department can supply. You know, and at the end of the weekend, they're able to split the revenue amongst all three departments. So when it comes to the political pressures that she's faced in financial management, she definitely described it as a waiting game. Some things might take priority over others, but you also have to fight for what you want as well. And from what she's said, that she's usually never told no, unless, something does take priority over what she needs. We also talked about the impact of North Dakota State University's decision to remove the Student Affairs Division. And her opinion is that it wasn't managed well. And for, other institutions that are looking at that, they really need to, it's really up to how the university operates, and what they need is someone at the top who's good and strategic and, is able to assess assess every part of the budget as well. And some advice that she has for new and mid-level professionals is to attend workshops, read the policies, not just at the institution, but at other institutions, to kind of gather that information to create your budget. That we also need to always be evaluating, our needs versus our wants for the department, and as well as reminding, ourselves what the purpose is for getting that funding. In conclusion, I think from what she said, collaboration does go a long way, and that we really need to remind ourselves the purpose of getting that funding, and we need to be patient at every step of getting that funding as well. And these were the questions I used. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have a good day.